Most of the expats in Germany are pretty good with money until a big unexpected expense hits us. A dental bill, a flight home, or the finance arm sending a surprise bill. We've all been there. But what if we didn't just save our money? What if we made it work for us? So in today's video, I'll show you exactly how I manage my money as an employee in Germany. Step by step, no finance degree required. Just what works for me, earning a regular salary. By the way, my name is Asad. I'm a researcher living in Germany. And on this channel, we talk about how to succeed financially as a foreigner in a country where even opening a bank account can feel like writing a PhD thesis in German. How I organize my income and expenses. So first things first, let's talk about how the money flows in and out of my account. As an employee, right now, I use 3 bank accounts: Deutsche Bank, DKB, and Revolut. Now, 3 bank accounts might seem excessive, and it might be for some. But let me tell you why and how it works for me. So the Deutsche Bank account is the one I've had since I came to Germany in 2015. And it has been my main salary account since my first student job in 2016. Up until 2019, this bank account was totally free. But since then, I have paid about 80 euros per year for this bank account. Back when I came to Germany, having a Deutsche Bank account was the only way to apply for a German visa. Things have changed now, but most of the people I know still have this bank account. Many still use this bank account just because they don't want the hassle of changing accounts. But the main reason why I still have it is their branch and ATM network. I can easily withdraw and deposit as much cash as I want. For me, this works. But for others, there are some great free bank accounts that offer amazing services. One of them is C24, which has a high acceptance rate as well. So my salary lands in this Deutsche Bank account, and on the first working day of each month, all my fixed expenses are automatically deducted from there. Rent, utilities, gym membership, streaming subscriptions, the usual suspects. I'm on the public health insurance, so that amount gets deducted directly from my salary along with other social contributions. The safety buffer system. The second bank account works as an emergency fund. I use Revolut for this purpose. When I opened the Revolut account, I already had a large chunk as an emergency fund in my main account. So for me, it was just a lump sum transfer. But if you want to make a separate account for your emergency fund like me and don't have a large sum yet, you can set up an automatic transfer from your main bank account to this emergency fund account on the first day of every month. This way, you don't have to actively think about it. You can start with a goal of 1000 euros as an emergency fund. Then try for 3 months worth of expenses, and I think a great goal could be 3 months of your net income in your emergency fund. Please remember that these are just general numbers. If right now you can only afford to have 100 euros in your emergency fund, it's totally okay. Just put in whatever you can on a regular basis and grow your emergency fund. Tracking my money and why I stopped. Up until 2 years ago, I used to track every single cent I spent, and it was amazing. I saw trends, analyzed and optimized my spending habits. But after a while, I found myself overanalyzing, spending more time looking at charts than living life. I was trying to save on every single thing I was buying, but I don't do that anymore. I found an easier solution for me, which I'll share in a moment. But if you are struggling to get by or don't have a grasp of where your money is going, then I highly recommend tracking every single purchase you make. Track your expenses for a couple of months and see if there are any trends or unnecessary expenses you can reduce or completely remove. This helped me optimize my spending habits. Now I don't have to track everything, as I have a good idea of how much I spend each month, and I transfer that estimated account to my DKB account. That's my variable expenses account. Groceries, eating out, petrol, clothes, and so on. And DKB's app is super basic and has no fancy graphics, but it gets things done. Please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video, and consider subscribing. Credit cards and cash. Now let's talk about credit cards, because this is where many people in Germany are surprisingly old school. I tried to avoid using credit cards for everyday expenses, but for travel bookings, they are unbeatable. I get free travel insurance, luggage protection, and a few other perks. If you're curious to which credit card I personally use and recommend, check out the video link below the like button. However, the key thing is that I pay my credit card card bill immediately after each purchase. I don't wait for the monthly statement. That might sound weird, but I never want to risk paying interest because paying 25% interest is basically like setting your money on fire. That is why I would recommend to use credit cards only for convenience or travel perks, not to buy things you cannot afford. How I save and invest. Okay, now to the fun part, investing. I'm not talking about becoming the next Warren Buffett. I'm just a normal employee trying to make sure my future self doesn't have to live on instant noodles. I use a principle called pay yourself first. That means before spending on anything else, I send money to my investment accounts. This ensures I'm saving consistently instead of waiting to see what's left at the end of the month. How do I do it in practice? On the first of every month, I transfer my planned investment amount to two brokers. Scalable Capital, where I have an automated ETF savings plan plus other savings plans on individual stocks. Then to Trading 212, where I have two custom pies, or you can also call them custom ETFs, where I invest in European stocks and physical gold as well as some tech stocks. These investments happen automatically every month, so I don't have to rely on motivation or timing. And that's where most people get it wrong. They look at the market and see all-time highs or stock prices dropping, and because of that, they don't buy anything. They try to time the market, and in most cases, they either buy too high or sell too early. With automatically investing each month, you buy at the market highs and market lows, averaging out the effects. And I do understand that sometimes it's very difficult to get started as there is so much information out there. So if you're looking for a structured guide to help you get started and stay consistent, you can join my Financial Independence course. Across its chapters, you will master the psychology of financial control, build a 3-tier budget, set motivating financial goals, learn the basics of investing in Germany, and pull it all together into a clear wealth blueprint. So if you're struggling with mindset or want a clear path to growing your investments and savings, this course gives you the step-by-step roadmap to take control of your financial future. My pension and long-term view. Like most full-time employees in Germany, I also have a company pension plan. It's the closest thing to a 401k in the German system. Here, part of my pre-tax salary goes into it, and my employer matches that contribution. With the contributions I've already made in my private pension plan, if I do not contribute anything to the company pension plan anymore, I'll be getting about 110 euros per month at retirement without additional contributions. Sure, 110 euros doesn't sound like much, but remember, it keeps compounding as I keep contributing. And every euro I contribute now buys me time and freedom later. And with the government pension plan, things keep changing every year. And I think in the future, retirement age is also going to keep on increasing. So it's essential that you take care of your own retirement, and anything that the German government pays you when you retire would be a plus, but not your main source when you retire. So if you're a foreigner in Germany earning a regular salary, don't need to be a finance expert to start investing. Start simple, automate what you can, track your spending for a few months, find your comfort zone, and then build from there. You don't need the perfect system, you just need one that works for you. And remember that the fastest way to grow your wealth isn't by chasing the next crypto hype or stock tip. It's by starting early and staying consistent. And make sure to have the two most important documents ready in the worst case scenario, which I share in this video. And in this video, I share how safe is your money with the German investing apps.